Take a second to subscribe to Times of Wrestling Podcast on YouTube and hit that bell notification.
What's up, everybody? This is Times of Wrestling Podcast here with a special guest, Vickie Guerrero. So today we're just going to be talking about everything wrestling from AEW to people she's managed, and then we're going to go into some of her hobbies and things she likes to do during this hard time. So we're just going to share our screen right now, everybody, and we're going to show Instagram. So this is her Instagram. Everybody, please go follow. And Vickie, is there anything like a YouTube, a Twitter, anything else you'd like to put out for people to follow?
Yeah, I need. Well, first I'm going to say, excuse me. Okay, I feel better now. I can go on.
Yeah.
I have YouTube. It's Vickie Guerrero. I have a website which is VickieGuerrero.net, and my Instagram, my Twitter is at Vickie Guerrero. I have a Facebook. I also have a Facebook of a crafts page, and my podcast, and my book is coming out soon, so that'll be something else. So yeah.
All right, I can't wait to hear about it and read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. It's taking forever because of COVID. It's slowed down. It's in New York, my publisher, and things just kind of came to a halt. So I'm patiently waiting for things to get back up so we can continue our process.
Great. Yeah. So you heard her. Just go follow everything. She even has her own podcast, which is really cool. So everybody go watch that. And then the VickieGuerrero.net. So everybody go look at that too. And then for everybody that's not following us right now, please go follow us on our Instagram at Times of Wrestling Podcast. Get us to 1,100 followers. And then we have a link down below to our YouTube. So everybody, please go subscribe and like videos. And then for our final thing, we're just gonna go to our Twitter. Everybody, please go follow our Twitter. We tweet about everything AEW, especially about the Dynamite tonight. So everybody, please go watch that. Yeah. So everybody, get ready. This is gonna be a good interview, guys. So yeah, let's stop the screen share, and then Jordan, you could get into the first questions. We're only gonna ask like 3 or 4 each. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. So how do you feel being Teddy Long's assistant when you first came into the WWE in 2007?
You know, Teddy Long, I love him to pieces. He's just a sweetheart, and he told me how to create my character and how to feel comfortable out there. He's such a natural and a legend, and to work with him, I don't think I could be where I am at today, because we had a lot of great times together, and anytime I had a question or anything that was going on, I mean, he was always giving me great advice and direction. So I give him a lot of credit to what I know for today.
Wow. Being in AEW, can you give us like any sort of estimate on how long it will be until Nyla Rose finally goes after the women's championship?
Now, why would I tell you anything that I'm going to plan out for Nyla Rose? Who do you think you are that you would have the audacity to ask me what my strategy is? Next question.
how do you feel? Being the manager of a lot of the top stars in WWE and now a top star in AEW, how does it feel having that power, to get them a championship, having like the mindset to know when it's time to go after a championship?
Well, as a manager, I think a lot about the storyline, and the longevity of it is very important to me, because I want to give the audience time to get to know, for instance, Nyla and myself. I want them to get to know who we are as a pair and how we're going to operate as a team. And to go to, say, for instance, the women's championship, I want to give it some time, to be able to resonate with the audience and get to know who we are. It's a secret. It's a secret of creativity that you want to give the audience a little bit each night and not give everything on your plate at one time. So I hope I have the opportunity to be able to give sneak previews, so that way the audience can keep coming back the next week to see what we do next. But I mean, I think the overall secret is that I would never lie, cheat, or steal. I mean, I'm an honest person, and I am very I'm a cordial person. I'm easy to work with as long as you don't piss me off.
And speaking of lie, cheating, and steal, not many people realize this, but you actually did state that in your message to the AEW women's locker room.
Did you catch that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I tried to do a little bit of creativity, but I'm really proud of Eddie's legacy, and I'm proud of what he built, for the Guerrero name. And so to be able to use a little bit of that to entertain the fans for AEW was really important to me. And a lot of people were like, it sounds kind of familiar. And I'm like, pay attention. Come on.
And for my last question before I turn it over to Trent, how did you get that gimmick? Excuse me.
That gimmick came from a night that Teddy Long was pushing me in the wheelchair, and my promo changed about 3 times in the last hour before we went live. And these promos were probably like a page and a half long, and I kept getting revisions of it. And finally, Teddy Long just came around to the front, and he goes, "You're going to screw this up, aren't you, playa?" And I was like, I think tonight's the night that I'm going to mess this up. And so when we went live, I had all these promos in my head. I was very overwhelmed, and I went out there and I forgot. And so the audience quickly found out that I didn't know what my lines were, and I didn't know where I was in my promo. And I started seeing a lot of bad gestures in the front row. I mean, for poor little old me to get like these dirty faces and dirty looks from the crowd, I just yelled, "Excuse me," and I did it 2 or 3 times, and the crowd did not like that I was reacting back at them. And so the writer saw that, and we just kept using it each week, and I have used it today. So I'm really blessed to be able to use that slogan for my career.
And I really like hearing that every time you come out to a wrestling like event. I just like hearing that.
Thank you. Yeah, I even trademarked it, so I'm really proud of that.
Yeah. So I'll just ask some questions. So what's it like managing Nyla Rose, Dolph Ziggler? What's it like managing all of those big superstars, especially a woman in the women's division, which has never happened before? I don't think we've seen a manager in the women's division.
I am the first manager. Well, you have like Penelope, Ford that manages Kip Sapien. You have Brandy, who kind of manages, the Nightmare Family. But, the great thing about being a manager is that you get these different clients, and they all have their own personality and strategy and their own style of wrestling. And so that's the exciting part for me, is that I got to see a different style from Edge, Dolph Ziggler, Lay Cool. And Nyla is just an incredible performer. And so just by me working with her last week, she's really funny and hilarious. And her attitude is so great that we kind of crack each other up and, kind of relax each other before we went out last week. And I think she's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, me, the manager that I am, I'm going to find the biggest woman on the roster to hide behind when I start trouble so she can finish it. So I think I'm in a good place right now.
Yeah. So if there's anybody you'd like to manage next, what wrestler would you like to manage next?
I have 2 choices that I would love to see. I love Ricky Starks and Sammy Guevara. I think they would be so much fun, and I could use a cougar gimmick with them and, bring that stable a little bit bigger, for AEW. We'll see what happens, but I see like Brian Cage and, Lance Archer, and I think these would be, I always have my eyes out on everyone. I'm scoping all the time and just seeing who's out there. So we'll see what happens next.
Yeah, so going on to my final question. I know it's been short with my questions, but
what's
it like being with the greats of managers, Paul Bearer, Paul Heyman, and now you're, in my opinion, top 3.
Oh my gosh, Trent Rare, you're so sweet. To be included in this great group, it's an honor, and I give thanks to God every day because He's given me the talent to keep doing what I do. I try and do the best that I can. I mean, being in this group of, Paul Heyman and Jake the Snake and Arn Anderson and Taz, it's a little overwhelming because I just feel so overwhelmed because it's such a great company of men that have led the way for the wrestling industry. So I hope that I can just be a little instrument to add to that. And if I can keep up, then I'd be full of gratitude.
Yeah. So that's really it. Sorry for our questions. And now we're going to go into the fun part, the big part, which we like to talk about, which not a lot of other podcasts do. I mean, they talk about like a lot of wrestling, but we like to talk about other stuff. So what are some hobbies you like to do in home, out home? Like, what do you like to do? So
I just got this hobby that I started when COVID hit. I cut glass out of wine bottles and I plant succulent gardens in them. And if you go to my Facebook page, I have Excuse Me Crafts. And so I go to farmers markets and I sell those bottles. I scrapbook. I paint wine bottles with different themes. And I also love to do jigsaw puzzles. That's something that's one of my favorite things to do late at night when I can't sleep. But I'm talking like 2,000 piece jigsaw puzzles. Like, I'm serious. Like, it's a serious hobby of mine. Like, no one touches my puzzle at night.
What's the longest it's taken you to solve one of the puzzles? Like, how long has it taken you for the longest?
Let's see. I think I did a 2,000 piece Disney villains one. Gosh, I don't know if you could see it. I don't know if you can see it. That one right there.
Whoa.
Wow, that is big. That is,
yeah.
Wow.
And that took about probably 3 weeks with, because I gotta be a wife and a mom and, take care of my dog. So I'd do my responsibilities first. But in Houston, we get a lot of rain and stuff. So that's like my hobby to do when it's raining, is to do these puzzles. So it relaxes me and kind of gets me out of my head.
Yeah. So we see in the background you like to collect Funko Pops. What are your favorite Funko Pops to collect? Like, what series?
Eddie Guerrero and Vickie Guerrero.
They have those Pops out?
Yeah. If you go, Pop Goes the Vinyl in the UK, they started making them. But my favorite series is probably Friends. I love those. And anything villain, I love the Pops. So I do have a collection of it's a lot of the Disney collection of villains. So anything heel, I love. I'll collect it.
Oh, okay. So we asked this yesterday and the day before. What music do you like to listen to during this quarantine?
Oh, gosh, when I work out, I love rock music, AC/DC, Def Leppard. And then when I'm maybe working in the yard, I love 70s rock. I love the Eagles. I saw them twice in concert. That's my favorite band. And I love hip hop when we go dancing or, out to parties. I love to dance to hip hop. So I guess a little bit of everything is, I can deal with it all.
And speaking of music, your theme song is literally "Excuse Me."
I know. I've never had music before.
I think my dad actually realized that it was you saying "Excuse Me," and then I thought back, and I looked on the recording because I record every episode, and I was like, "Excuse me."
Yeah, I didn't get to hear it before I went out, and so Mikey Ruckus, who does the music for AEW, said he was putting something together, and I had no idea what direction they were going to go. But when I saw it after I, finished the show and I got to listen to it, I thought it was great. I mean, it's just they really welcomed me with open arms to give me my own Tron and music, and so it's been a fun ride. I've only been there for a week as an official superstar.
Well, I did see you in the crowd a couple times, and I saw you at Double or Nothing. I saw you after the Stadium Stampede. So I had thought you were already going to be signed to AEW.
No, I was just doing guest appearances. I would come in and help them out, for the audience. I was an inner circle cheerleader, for one of the Dynamites, which was a lot of fun. I mean, those guys are hilarious. So it was a great time that night. And inside, I wanted to be signed on. So that was my dream and my prayer, that the more that I could show them that I wanted to be there and to be a performer and to be part of the roster, it's finally happened. So life is good right now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go into another wrestling question. I'm sorry, I just thought of it.
It's okay. It's all right.
So what's it like working with all those people backstage, with those great wrestlers backstage, seeing all of them work as hard as they can, putting in all that work to become better and better every single day? What's it like working with them backstage?
It motivates me to be the better entertainer. You get women like Britt Baker, she just had knee surgery and she had a broken nose. She just had no surgery. But you see Big Swole and, you see Ali and the Butcher and the Blade, and you see the Lucha Brothers, and to see them put together these great matches, I feel proud and happy to be part of that team and to be part of that roster that's giving this great entertainment. So if I can give a little piece of entertainment for the night and contribute to the big picture of AEW being successful, then it's a good day. So that's what my goal is every time I step on stage.
Yeah. So we ask this a lot, and this might be, you could take as much time as you want to answer it. Out of all the wrestlers you've seen or managed, who can you make a top 3 list of your favorite wrestlers out of any company?
Male or female?
Both.
Both.
You could be in there.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'd have to go. Okay, with the men, of course, Eddie is my number one. Rey Mysterio, and I'd have to say Chris Benoit. I mean, I really think they're truly examples of legacies. That were just so gave so much contribution to the wrestling industry. So those would have to be my top 3. And I know there's a lot more, but those are my top 3. As far as women, I love the managers, so much. Sherry Martel, woman, was she was my best friend, but to see her perform and learn so much from her was something that was a special gift, especially before she passed away. And I love Lita and Trish Stratus, and I think those are great performers. So it's all the older roster, from the 80s and 90s. I just think were so incredible, and I just give a lot of credit to them.
Okay. So going on to another list. Yeah, another list. Who are your top 3 favorite AEW wrestlers? And you could involve women and men in the same top 3.
Okay. I have to say Chris Jericho, he's a great performer. I mean, just the entertainer of his promos, and he's very creative with the AEW anyway, with any different storyline that's going on. I love his contribution to his ideas and creativity. I think the Lucha Brothers are just incredible. So I have to say those two and Chris Jericho. But as far as women, I think Big Swole is incredible. Riho and Shida, they're incredible too. Just great wrestlers. So there's a little bit more than 3, but yeah, I think those are the top of my list.
Yeah. So Jordan, do you have any? Thank you so much, Jordan. Do you have anything to say?
You're welcome. Y'all are so polite.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Will we see an excuse me shirt on Shop AEW pretty soon? Because I know since you're signed, they usually do give a lot of shirts and merch. So will we see one of those pretty soon?
Absolutely. In fact, me and Nyla are working on a shirt right now. So and it's pretty cool how we're gathering our ideas together, and we have some new slogans coming up. So you're gonna have to watch and see what we come up with. I'm not gonna tell y'all now. Why would I tell you anything before it's televised? I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, just because that you're interviewing me, I'm not gonna spill all my beans. So you're going to watch tonight at 7.
And can I share an idea?
Yeah.
How about excuse me, the Beast is here.
Very well done. But at least yell like I do. I mean, at least feel it. I mean, don't go, excuse me, the Beast is here.
Well, I mean there's gonna be a voice crack. All right. Excuse me.
Keep on.
The Beast is here.
That's pretty good. Well done.
Yeah,
but not good enough for me. But well done.
Do you have?
I like that.
Oh, my bad.
That's right.
So do you have any merch out anywhere like right now?
Well, if y'all are paying attention to my Instagram and to my Twitter, y'all would know my merchandise. But y'all don't do your research very well, do you? See?
We're so sorry.
Yeah. No. On VickieGuerrero.net, I have some micro brawlers, and I have lapel pins, and I have shirts and 8x10s that people can order, and I'll sign them for them. And then, of course, with AEW, we're going to have some merch come out. So new exciting things, and my book will be coming out towards the end of the year. And so a lot of good things happening.
Oh, so that adds on to actually another question. What is your book going to be about? So what are you going to put in your book?
It's a 2-part series. My first part's going to be A Life with Eddie, raising the girls by myself while Eddie traveled. And of course, Eddie had his demons of alcohol and drug abuse. So I talk a lot about what my life was like, having a life with him. And then after he passed away, I talk about becoming a superstar, which was very unplanned. And I talk about my career, of how I just kept going forward and making a name for myself. And I went to college and got my education and a degree. So that's something that I just want to be a motivation for other women out there, that if they think they're too old, age is just a number, and it's what you want to do. That's where you can make the magic happen in your life.
Cool. Yeah. I have no more
Stay in
questions.
school, guys. Stay in school.
Yeah, for sure. We will. So I have no more questions. I have nothing else to say. Jordan, do you have anything else to say?
Other
Fine,
than
fine. Forget it. Fine. Be gone.
I just can't wait till the merch comes out. I want to see what you guys have in store.
Thank you, Jordan. I'm excited. This is going to be some good stuff and fresh, new. And like I said, it's a new company and a new chapter in my life. And I'm really just giving it 120%. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
That's
So
great.
I'm just gonna repeat this. I guess this is gonna be the end. Thank you so much for being on. And how much is the merch right now?
On my website, usually the micro brawlers and the pail pens are $20 plus shipping. I usually run specials, like 2 for 1 or a discount code. And but it also, there's other stuff on there too. So yeah, just check it out. It's pretty economical.
Okay. Yeah. So everybody, go on her website, get the merch for sure.
You want to share the screen and show it?
Yeah. I don't know if I can. I could go on the website and yeah, I think I could go on the website.
Yeah, it's VickieGuerrero.net.
Yeah. No, I think it's right here. Yeah.
I feel like I'm in school when y'all are doing that.
Yeah. I know. I always feel it's really cool to.
The PowerPoint. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, here it is. The name in the front. We'll go down and where I don't see it.
Yeah, you go to products.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I didn't see that at the top. Yeah, so everybody go get this. They have nice pins, a nice shirt with a plush.
Cougar.
Yeah, so everybody go get that. And also she does, I think we saw blogs, all of that. That's really cool. So everybody go look at that. The podcast too, everywhere for social media and where to contact her. So, and then the one more thing, we're just going to go here. And again, we're going to shout out for everybody that's being rude and leaving at the beginning, just skipping it. Hopefully you're at the end. And remember, do not skip this, everybody. You gotta do this because you gotta follow her. So everybody go follow us here. I think everybody already is. So let's see. Yeah, and then that's Vickie's. Everybody go follow her here. Get her up to 300,000 too. And yeah, everybody go like, comment. Yeah, you have a YouTube, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so everybody
subscribe, comment. Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody do that. It was great having you on, Vickie. Thank you first off, thank you for responding to us. And
of course.
And then saying yes.
Yeah, we didn't think that somebody famous like you would ever respond back to us. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for responding and saying yes.
Thank you.
Oh, you know what, guys? I mean, we may have different, I'm a superstar, but you guys have a podcast. I feel strongly about helping each other out. And when you said you had a podcast, you have my support. And I wish y'all a lot of success, a lot of continued, just a lot of continued success with your guests and your followers. And I wish you well.
Yeah. And thank you so much. And everybody go watch the other video with David Ali and Ryan Rembrandt. And then go watch tonight, everybody, the podcast with Low Riders. So everybody go watch that. We're also having it with Red Velvet and
Rayo.
Yeah, everybody please go look at that. And thank you. Everybody, like I said before, go subscribe, follow, comment, like. And again, I can't stress this enough. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And excuse me!
2 excuse me's, everybody. Very lucky, very lucky.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.